Alright, guys, so today I'm going to present to you on how I went from 20 to 15% body fat in just 1 year. Now, I'm just going to say one thing, okay? I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert. I'm just a 18-year-old guy who's just sharing my experience and my lesson up. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily take my advice because I'm not here to tell you that oh, if you don't take my advice, right, you're not going to get shredded, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is just me sharing my experience. All right. So this was me in October of 28, 2024, when I was 17. I'm 5'8". So if you're not American, right, I'm basically about 173 cm and I'm 62 kg. For my American, about 135 pounds, 140, I think. And I was 20% body fat. And now this is me 1 year later. I'm still like, I'm still 5'8", and I'm still 62 kilos, but I think I dropped to now about like 61 now, and I'm 15% body fat. And how I actually got this is because of all the tips I'm about to share. And as you guys can see, right, this was literally me posing so hard on how on to show my abs but in reality my stomach was like way fatter than this, so don't believe this picture. And as you can see, right, my face looked fat. But now, if you look at this picture, I don't look fat as compared to this. And obviously, you can see my abs. So, the reason why I was like this, right, it was because in 2024, right, I was drinking way, way too much protein shake. And not gonna lie to you. This year, I still drink protein shake, but now I don't really, actually. I mean, I don't like drink the whey protein anymore. I try to drink some form of natural whey. And I was not training enough, hard enough. I meant to put that. And what I meant is that I don't train to failure. I train to build discomfort. I don't know why lah, but back in 2024, right, I was literally not training hard enough. I remember when I do like 12 until like the 12th rep of one set, I'll tell myself, okay, that's enough. And I used to think that I need 3 sets to train hard, but you only need like 2 sets, okay? So you don't need a lot. And the thing is that I was not eating beef or eggs when this is literally has the most amount of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. Guys, please believe me when I say this, okay? When people tell you that eating beef will cause you to have heart disease, right? And or eggs, right, will cause you to have high cholesterol, right? Please look at them first and see their physique. If they are like if they're big size, right, and they're telling you I mean, big size in a way that they contain a lot of fats and not a single muscle, and they're telling you that you should not eat beef or eggs, right? Please don't listen. Please trust me when I say this. Don't listen to them because you think about it, if you want to get shredded, right, you definitely need a lot of you don't only need protein, but you also need like some vitamins and minerals and nutrients, ma. Then why would you want to take advice on somebody, right, who doesn't have the physique that you want to have? Think about it. So I remember I remember earlier this year I was working in intern, and one of the guys, right, we were discussing about some stuff or about whey protein, and then he said that, oh, you should only avoid eating red meat and then only limit to once a week. I look at him, I'm thinking, do you have the physique I want? If not, I won't listen to you. So I did. I never listened to him. In fact, I eat beef like almost. I feel I eat red meat like almost every single day now. Now because I'm back to school, and obviously I eat outside lah. And I'm not gonna dive in too deep about it. But another thing I was not doing, why I look fat, right? Even though I thought I was training and eating enough, was because I was not getting 5 to 10,000 steps a day. Guys, when you do 5 to 10,000 steps a day, right? You literally will burn away the fats, not the carbs. because this is literally my physique when I did that. And I'll explain to that in a minute lah, as the video goes on. I remember like I was only getting like what 100, 200, 300 steps a day leh. Because literally all I do is I walk around the at home. The only time I literally be walking right is I walk to the bathroom, to a part of my house, and only to the gym. That was it, literally. And then the thing about it is that I thought that because of my diet and my training, I thought I would get shredded, but my lifestyle also play a part of it. That's why That's why when I look at myself in the mirror, right, I'm asking myself, hey, how come I still look fat even though I eat well and I train well? Because of this, ma. And the worst part was that I was eating too many white bread. When you eat white bread, you'll get fat one. Trust me. When you eat too many, okay. If you eat it maybe like once every single day, then that's fine lah. But if you're like me, if you were like me, right, eating 3 slices a day, then you obviously know you're gonna get very fat. Trust me. So yeah, this is me eating Wingstop. Don't know what the hell was I eating. Eating feastable chocolate some more at night and drinking obviously protein shakes. Now, I'm just gonna say this now. The reason why I drink protein shake, right, it's not because I was hyped up by the influencers, even though I was kind of lah, but it is kind of a bit hard for me to access to protein lah. So when I don't consume protein powder, I don't hit my macros. So I will consume protein powder for the macros, if I'm being pure honest. And if you don't believe me, how fat I was, right? Okay, on your left is literally me drinking. On your left is literally me eating white bread almost every single day, and as you can see on the right side is me looking. You can barely see my abs, even though right in the mirror I like to think that I have abs. So, but then I don't know why lah. For some reason, I decided to transform, and as you can see, this is me January, and this was me in Thailand, and this is me September. Obviously, the difference I noticed is that my abs start to become a bit more visible than here. Yeah, like because I still have this the fat here, but because this was what I was doing in 2025, I was still drinking protein shake, but a whole lot lesser. I remember last time, right? After my workout, I told myself, oh, I have to get protein immediately. But now I just wait for like 2 to 3 hours, then I just get in. And then the thing is that I'll put like 2 scoops, 1 or 2 scoops every single day. But now I'm drinking like whenever either when I don't hit my macros or I need to get in protein early in the morning because for whatever reason, or when I train. So that was about it. And the thing is that I trained till failure. Guys, if you are dedicated to getting a shredded physique, right, you definitely have to train till failure because that's when you train to failure, right, you actually your muscles will actually start tearing, and that's when you start to get more defined and build your muscle lah. So that's why. And I'm eating beef almost every single day and 2 to 4 eggs a day. If you're someone who can't access to protein powder, right, then I suggest you go and get eggs because eggs are actually kind of like the most nutrient dense food on the planet, and it's cheap, also cheap. Steak, on the other hand, right, you can still get it. I honestly prefer if you get it steak than protein shake because steak actually has all the nutrients that you need. Whereas protein powder only have protein, but this one has all the nutrients that you need for your body, and the quality is there. And the best part about how I remove all the fats, right, was that I was walking 5 to 10,000 steps a day. Guys, when you walk, right, when you do zone 2 cardio, I think zone 2 cardio is walking. Is it? I'm not so sure. You burn away the fats. Like today, I walk, right. I'm getting like what 8,000 steps a day. That's pretty good actually. Considering from someone who went from walking 300 steps a day to getting 8,000 steps a day. And the best part is that I'm being aware of what I eat. But let me make it clear, okay? I'm not asking you to be making this like a full-time job where you have to be like 100% 24 hours, 7 days a week, consciously aware of what you eat. No. Just make sure that you know what you're eating. Like if you, I mean, okay, a bit hard to explain but the thing is that you don't make it like don't be so obsessed to the point where you're literally calculating all the nutrients for this food. Okay, as long as you know it's healthy for you, then it's good for you lah. Okay, but don't call McDonald's healthy. Okay. And if you don't believe me that I'm being aware of what I eat, right? This is literally what I eat. See, eggs, beef, beef, red meat, a bit of red meat here, salmon, eggs, orange. Now, I'm just gonna say one thing lah. Don't mind the fries and don't mind me putting two pictures and the fries and the bread because some stores right they actually when I order meat from them right they give me bread and fries and then they give me salad and corn here. So it's about it. And y- this is one thing I realized was that back in last year, right, I used to follow the American style eating where I'll literally be eating huge plate of junk food and prioritizing quantity. But now I'm following like the like if you like to call the European style of eating where I'm basically only trying to eat one ingredient food and not eat too much as well. So the thing the lesson here is that I rather prioritize the quality of the food even though I'm eating more or less about my calories rather than eating the perfect amount of calorie but I'm not eating the quality but I'm only prioritizing quantity. So that's about it guys. Now I just want to say one last thing lah. I don't have the perfect physique. Okay. In fact, I will look back in 3 years' time, right, and think that I'm stupid for making this video. But I'm only making this video just because I realized that this is a change that I never know that I will make that I like to spread awareness to. Lah. Okay. You definitely can change your physique, and your physique is one of the most important thing that you will ever invest and work on in your life. With that said, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.